are you going? Because holy moly, it's certainly shifting up out there, and for the better. But at the same time, you're swimming, then all of a sudden you get caught up in a bit of a rip, and then you've got to work out how to get out of the rip, and then you can go back and swim again. So I wanted to discuss a dream. Is it a dream? What is a dream? On our inverted reality. Because it was so profound last night that when I woke up, it made me realize that what I keep saying is that we have to save ourselves. Well, yeah, we're in the matrix. And how many people do you know that stood with you on the same cause? But they've gone back into the matrix. And you sit there and you think, what the hell? There's less. But yet there's more. Okay, so don't think of it as less, because there are more and more have woken up. But they've woken up with the reassurance that you're backing them. You're there to guide them. You're giving them what we never had. Okay, so yes, there's more. But what I experienced in this reality that I was put in last night, I wrote a few bits and pieces down, and I'll go from there. How our own minds work against us till we realize we are our own rescuer through our own reality. Why do you think they call it mind games? Because that is exactly what it is. It is the ones that can untangle themselves from their own thoughts that find their way out. Even when you are awake, you still have so much more to untangle yourself from. As now so much from your past that you had pushed down to try and squash it is finding its way up. So you will experience that emotion to once and for all clear it out. Please do not see what you are having to relive as a test. It's your subconscious pulling it up and out to set you free, as it's a dark emotion that has been let go from you, that has been weighing you down, because how are you meant to ascend if you're still on that pressure cooker? It's like cleaning an oven with the baked on grime. Once you focus on going in to clean it up, you have a new sense of achievement and a sense of knowing your art of baking a cake or cooking a beautiful meal will be just that much better, as it's completely clear from all the build-up. Now, the dream that I experienced was so real, so I know there was a message in it. And I had some of my family members in the dream. And these family members are half awake, half asleep, but they try and merge in, but they don't realize it's the matrix they're merging in. But at the same time, they're waking up. And I could see them in a distance, and I thought, oh my goodness. And then when I looked around, I could see all these eyes on them. But when I looked at these eyes and these so-called people, I thought, oh my gosh, they're not real. So I went in to pull them out, but I couldn't pull them out. They had to work it out for themselves, just like I was having to work out where I was and how it actually all functioned, to the point that I was in a room, and it felt like a box, but it was a room. And the room kept getting filled up on the more you feared something. And that is exactly what happened, because I was recognizing these people were not people. And then I started tuning in and thinking, they're aiming for the ones that are awake. And then I got to a point that I actually stood back and watched. So by standing back, I could see being the observer. And that is the key, is be the observer. Don't be in the middle of what's going on, because everyone gets drawn to that. So what I did, I stepped back, knowing full well I was fully awake, and I was scanning the room to see who was not real and whatever. When I acknowledged that I could see who was who, then I realized I had to make a move. And what I did, I knew I had to get out of this room. But to get out of this room, I had to not be seen, because they can feel your fear. They can feel on your thought patterns. So what I did, somehow I scaled the wall, and there was these beams that went across, but on these beams there was like a covering. So I managed to get up and I laid on these beams, and I observed looking down, and I was watching them target a certain person. And then there were in their room ones like myself. And I'd watch, but then all of a sudden they changed up. And I realized then, this is not real. I need to let go. I need to get up and out of this reality. Then I switched over. I then came into this next room. And this person that I know turned around and said, look, the only way to get through it is that you actually have to go through this gap in the wall. And I stood there and I looked at him and I said, what do you mean? I want to function normally. Why do I have to go in there? And I looked in this hole on the wall, but it was a trap door, and it was another reality. And just by looking in that reality, you could sense that it was not right. So basically what I got from this is that everything that we see is inverted. So it's the opposite. And what I am witnessing out there is, with the frequencies and the solar flares and the new moons, and there's so much energy going on, blasting at people. And what's happening, it is pulling up what you had squashed. Like I said, you had squashed down, and you're having to relive it. You're actually having to go through it to acknowledge it and then to set it free. By doing so, you're actually trapping yourself in that reality that I just spoke of. And it is not till then, that when you become the observer, that you can work out how to get out. So that is what's happening. And I am noticing so many, and it's so sad watching, is that they're actually tangled up in a reality that no longer exists, but only in their head, in their mind, and they've stepped into their mind, and they're trying to find their way out. And that's why, hence, mind games, because that's what it is. And it's like a maze that you're having to go through. But it doesn't matter how many people stand at the entrances and say, come this way, come this way. But they can be mimicked of the person that they trust. And then they realize that as an illusion of the person that they trusted. And then they're on their own again. So what I'm saying here is that you have to help yourself. You actually have to go through all these experiences, because when you realize and take time out and sit back and acknowledge what's happening, by it clearing it all out for you, then and only then that you can actually see the path forward. Because when you acknowledge, I don't want to be in that arena, but you're actually on the outside looking in, that is when you just saved yourself from that and you've cleared it. And you send it love and you move through. And it's just like playing a video game. It's like, right, next. And then you walk into the next scene. But the next scene is, you've learned from that previous one, but now you're more alert. You're more in tune with the reality that you're stepping into. And you're feeling into it. And when I'm saying feeling into it, you are acknowledging different people because they get drawn to you. All of a sudden, these people are coming into your life and then they go. They come into your life to actually teach you something, and then they will just exit. They'll exit in so many fast ways at the moment. And it's really amazing when that happens, because then when they exit, you're actually acknowledging, oh my gosh, I can see why that person came in, and I can see that they don't belong with the frequency that I'm emitting now, because you're actually seeing behind the scenes of the film that you're in. And you know how you go and you meet a new partner and you're sussing them out and you're tuning in and you're thinking, oh, they're really cool on the outside, but God, they're really screwed up. Because you've actually connected in to see their frequency. Can I get on with their personality? Who are they? And sometimes people are so good in covering up that their narcissist gets covered up. They put this front on, but it's the longer that you're in with them that cover starts coming back and their true self comes through. Well, this is what's happening in your reality. It's inverted. So there's energies coming through. They're setting up programs non-stop at us. But guess what? I always talk about the ground, and I always talk about being in the time with our little ones, to the ground, to the pets, the ocean, the sea. I'll be same thing. Sky, I was meant to say. You're rebalancing yourself. That is your fuel for your avatar. And when you really connect into that, that is when you can grow. You can grow so much. So yes, did I come out of that dream? Yes, I did. Because once I realized I was in that reality of this game that was getting portrayed through my thought patterns, I was able to control the thought patterns. Then my reality changed up. Then I was able to step out of the game. So it's you untangling your thoughts of your past that is coming up to throw you off left, right, and center. But if you acknowledge it, if you put energy into that thought pattern, that reality will come up and play, and by God, it will play hard. But you have to find the peace and the gratitude in that scene, and that's when you untangle yourself. And when you come up and out, you see that is not where you wish to belong. And then you change the scene up. So many people get stuck in that one scene and keep replaying it. So how many situations have you been in yourself, in your reality, that you keep replaying that same game? Well, it's now time to change up and shift up. So that one is huge. You can do this. It's incredible. And just even saying that, you know, it made me realize I've seen a couple of movies, and one was about an NFL player that was wrongly accused and was put to jail when he was 15, 16 years of age. And it was a true story, and it was really interesting because at the end they showed you all the different people that have been falsely accused. Now it's called Brian Banks, you see it on Netflix. But one thing that made me sit back and think that these jails, who set them up and who's actually in there? Are there demonic souls in there for a purpose to distort the soul of an innocent man or woman? So when they come out, they're scared of their life. So they walk around defending themselves constantly. So they give off this revolting energy. As the demonic ones aren't even human that are in there. So prisons play a bigger part as we watch movies on what really goes on in there. As the movie we watched was the Brian Banks, how an innocent guy, promising NFL player, went to jail for 6 years from the age of 16. Being a colour did not help. But he showed you the life. His life was mapped out for him, and how they constantly said in the movie that the system is broken, the system is broken. They kept constantly talking about the system is broken, the system is broken. It was a really good movie to watch, but you got to see it. And from there, I actually sat there and I thought, who set the system up? And with them saying the system is broken, the judges, you name it, they're all in on this part. But who are they taking these innocent people into? What's really in there? Is that an area that needs a massive focus on and massive amount of light to be shone on that area? Food for thought for you. And yeah, it just kept coming up. And like I've been working on the hospitals, so it's like, oh, hang on a minute, what's over here? There's so many areas in our life that we're just taken for granted. But if you think about innocent people going into innocent areas, what happens to them? A lot of them are, coming out worse for wear. So, yeah, that was another area I thought, wow, okay, that's a focus that we need to concentrate and send a little love and light into, and just help dissolve and just the innocent souls that are stuck in there. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. Another one I wanted to just mention, that I went outside early hours one morning. I love doing my work out there, and I looked up at the moon, and I thought, the moon looks back to front. And so you know how they have the half crest, but it was the opposite to what it normally would be. And I'm looking at it and think, that is so wrong. It doesn't even feel right. Energetically, it was the opposite of what it should be. Then there was a cloud coming over it. And I was just watching this cloud come over it, and it stopped and went back. And I went, whoa, what the hell? No, that's just my mind playing tricks on me. So I watched it again. And here's the moon, and the cloud's coming over, and it stopped and it went back. And I went, oh my God, I just saw it again. So I'm blinking. I'm thinking, no, this is real. I watched it come, stop, went back, and then went through. And I went, I just acknowledged a glitch in the matrix. I was buzzing out because I just thought, okay, yeah, I saw it for myself. So I knew then that our reality is really changing up when you can see, when you can feel, and you can experience these things. So yeah, be really mindful on your thoughts right now. And it's imperative that you work harder with your mindset on making sure you go out and connect into the positives out there. Because God damn it, the negatives are coming up. And unless you're strong, So like, yeah, hold on to these wings behind, because if you allow that negative side of yourself to come out and through and play it out, and you can actually get stuck in your mind. And I remember years ago, my kids got us to watch the Black Mirror, and oh my God, that I just thought that is so dark. That is so dark, that series. But I'm actually could now say it's playing out in reality. So in there is like a glitch, and the glitch is coming through more. So the glitch is where you can jump out. So you strengthen yourself. I want you to try and sleep more. Drink good, pure water. I drink alkaline water. And it's another one is a hydrogen as well, water. I'm on good products. I do the castor oil. I'm on black seed oil. I'm on this other one, and it starts with the S, and it's like a black tar looking thing. Oh my goodness, it's got 85 minerals. I'll have to put the link in. And my Celtic salt, I take a granule under my tongue and I drink. And again, that's minerals. So it's getting on some really good products and making sure that you surround yourself with good people as well. So I'm going to sign off from here, but hang in there. You are doing incredible, and don't self-doubt, because remember, it's this that plays up. Listen to this and it will set you free. Okay, so you've got this. I know you're going to keep going because you've got a determination. You've come this far. God damn it, we're nearly at the other end. But to get through now, the blindfold's on and you've got to feel your way. And that's the key. Feel your way through the next stage. Because when you master that, that's when you ascend even further. Okay, guys, I love you. Thank you for listening. Till then, bye.